his kill power and advantage is.
Zomba picked random for a second there. There's about he switched back to R.O.B, but I would have loved to see that timeline. Okay.
I don't, because what if Yoda Cage loses to his random?
The shame of a century, you're done. Nah, but many people have taken it out to Zomba's random. But already, that being said, 43% onto the board, already getting all of the jumps called out. Zomba playing so well.
Yeah. The 64% combos is what you kind of come to expect out of Zomba. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, missing that tech off of that kind of... I don't even want to call it cheeses, just like...
It was,
hey, got Zomba.
This is an unconventional situation, and I'm not ready for this.
Yeah. And Zomba is one of those players who can kind of adapt to anything. Find the down tilt into grab, up throw, trying to keep this going. But again, nice 50% coming out of one interaction. And
this is the challenge that we see, like, Bowser Jr. does not have raw buttons, even though Forward was out there and active before Zomba's neutral. Neutral is just that much more generous of a hitbox sometimes and tucks R.O.B away into a relatively safe place. Now, that being said, Zomba going to be looking for the down air, but finds the up air nonetheless, and already 2 stocks down in a minute.
So there we saw Zomba win neutral 3 times and just kill his opponent. And that's all he needs. Sometimes even 1 or 2 will do it. And that's what you're working with. You need to extend your advantage that much more for your Yoda Cage, or you need to win neutral, 5-6 times in a row against Zomba, which is much easier said than done.
That laser was so smart because Zomba was able to force Yoda Cage to a jump, which means he could only A, fade back to the ledge, or B, fall on top of R.O.B, both of which are not good options. I love the idea to go for the down smash tech chase, but a little bit too slow.
Yeah, it's looking rough here, honestly, for your Yoda Cage. There's only so much you can do. Zomba's controlling this mid-range so well right now, and that's kind of what Bowser Jr. likes to operate at.
Forcing that double jump out once again. Now look how Zomba is controlling the space, gets the catch on landing. That's going to be an up tilt up air, and a Yoda Cage. Wow.
Yeah, that is, for those familiar with Yoda Cage, that is probably not how you're expecting that to go down. Very prolific player coming out of the Philly scene in specific, but Zomba just kind of had to read on everything they were going to do. And we see a wild Kevorkian running right up to the setup there.
Good job.
Incredible, man.
Incredible stuff, bud.
Incredible.
Don't even know what he did, but I'm sure it was good stuff.
It was excellent. He centered the cameras, a true hero.
Yep, going into the next game, I think Final Destination, just because of the lack of platforms in the slightest, Yoda Cage was not able to find any landings at a disadvantage. Constantly found himself falling on top of Zomba. I don't know why they went FD again.
Yeah, I don't expect this to be to be any better.
Granted, sometimes all you need is like a game just to cool yourself down a little bit to try to get your composure back. But there you go. Those are the Bowser Jr. bread and butters that you want to see 60% onto the board. Nice and clean.
Yeah, but the difficult part is that Zomba is doing that every time there was a hit. He needs to find a way to do that to Zomba every single time, which Bowser Jr. can realistically mostly do with these lower percents, but can try to find these up B confirms, but not finding much so far. And I say that and just gets the up B into the
a lot of other characters would have died there, but R.O.B is a heavy ladder, which comes so clutch for him. Oh my goodness, Yoda Cage almost had the right idea, but then just got up right into the side B. No double jump off stage, which means there should be a side B or a down air, but delays his recovery until the last possible second, throwing Zomba off his timing. Yeah,
playing trickily around it, which is what he needs to do every single time. We'll see if we can find the kill here. Going to be off stage, gets hit with the laser, but still not in a great situation. Okay, coming right off of the forward air. Has an opportunity here, but that R.O.B there is just going to shut everything down.
I feel like R.O.B neutral air has just been so big for Zomba. I mean, R.O.B neutral air is big, period. But in this matchup especially, it does so much for him. Oh, and almost getting that 2-frame with a gyro, but either way knocks him even further off stage. Tries to go out there with an immediate neutral air as well, but beautiful tech from Zomba.
Oh, and catching that jump right there with the up air. 190, not long for this life, but Yoda Cage needs to get that solid hit, and that jab is going to kill.
Yeah, that was just good patience from Yoda Cage too. Zomba was just trying to like set up a little bit of safe space for himself. Yoda Cage meticulously moved around it until he jumped in and found the jab. All
right, needs to play careful here. Zomba coming off aggressive and going to get punished there with the jab. We'll see if Yoda Cage can find anything while R.O.B's just kind of floating in the air, but nothing except for this Mecha Koopa.
Neutral into the upper. Now Yoda Cage has to land from a nasty position. Goes the Mecha Koopa at him, but he has just been avoiding so many of these projectiles. But once again, like Zomba controlling the stage.
All right. Getting that down tilt there, and yeah, just gonna lose the stock there. 43% on Rob in this situation. We'll see what he can make happen, but gonna need to claw us back, and honestly in a more honest fashion. Not gonna have a lot in the way of combos or confirms.
Already 62% onto the board, but finally getting the side B, up B into a forwarder. But I gotta say, like, Zomba like has this matchup on lock. He seems to really know how he wants to be edge guarding Bowser Jr. He has flow charted a lot of these options. He's just playing clean.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't even know if it's so much the character matchup. It feels like a player thing as well.
Yeah.
Because it's just like small little micro habits that Zomba just has completely read in every situation, honestly.
The way that Zomba is stalling with his double jumps, the way that he's being so patient, the way he's always mixing up his timings on the landing, but was now ready for the cannonball, and that was the opening that Yoda Cage needed just to be able to get back on, charge up the F smash a little bit. I like that Zomba respected it, but still going to be holding on to his stock.
Yeah, we're seeing some buttons coming out from both players. It's going to favor Yoda Cage there. Still needs to find the stock on Zomba, and then still needs to find a whole nother, but just going to drift off stage, losing that stock.
Yeah, fading back just a little bit too much, and honestly, you had to. Because if you didn't fade back, Zomba would have just slapped you with R.O.B.
I mean, yeah, that's just a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. There's not much you can do there.
I like the idea with the up B, but he did not take into account the vertical distance that Zomba would travel. So he didn't go nearly as far as Yoda Cage thought that he would go. And that critical error just ended up being the death of Yoda Cage. So going into the next game, Yoda Cage maybe a little bit frustrated right now, just needs a way just to sort of compose himself a little bit.
Yeah, you see, it looks like Yoda Cage trying to hype himself up a little bit, get themselves into the match. We'll see if they're able to do it here. Find themselves already off stage against R.O.B. Not somewhere you ever want to be, especially against Zomba.
That's a neutral, and I like going for the side B there because it would have been pretty safe on shield. He wasn't sure that if it was like plus enough on hit to try to get a grab off of it. So it's maybe like the least committal thing that he could have done.
Okay, go to the back throw, forward air. See if Yoda Cage can convert off of this, but it feels like this music is perfect for the boss battle that is Zomba right now.
I mean, Zomba's just playing impeccably as well. All of his options just feel so calculated right now. Seems like none of his habits are like particularly showing. That sometimes do happen when he has like too much of a lead. Zomba's playing cool. He's playing very, very composed right now.
Just honestly, kind of treating the center stage like his home. Just retreating back to it every time, not overextending at all. Gonna get the down throw there, but not gonna find it. Impeccable match there from Yoda Cage.
Zomba just playing so patiently. He is planting his feet. He's not moving too much. He is not committing too much. He's always waiting for Yoda Cage to overextend, maybe land poorly on himself, and just playing like really, really with punishy. But I gotta say, this is still very doable for Yoda Cage.
Yeah, it definitely is, but I feel like this started off last game where it was looking strong, but in that kind of mid-game, Zomba was able to just come out on top, and I think that's unfortunate what we're seeing here for Yoda Cage, but has a chance to make it back here. Gonna go to the other side, actually, and just avoid that whole situation.
And look at this barrage of projectiles that Zomba just throwing at him. Gyro, Mecha Koopa, Laser. It is unstoppable, and eventually one of those will just end up connecting. That multi-jump, of course, is not going to kill, but does put Zomba into a nasty position.
And right there, catching that neutral air on shield, able to hit it with the up smash. 2-2, 39%, not too bad here, but needs to find a conversion now before Zomba makes this more out of hand than already
How many of those one-hit up tilts is he going to connect? But I love that Zomba just kept recognizing the situation, like, okay, up tilt, up tilt, up tilt, up tilt, up tilt. I know what to do here.
He's like, of course.
It's so funny each time it happens.
It feels like Yoda Cage is just kind of getting suffocated in the neutral. But I just don't know what Yoda Cage can really get done here, especially getting hit with the back air. That's going to kill.
Yeah, getting his jump right there with a really preemptive back air. If you're getting your jump like that, called out a raw back air, at that point you know that the opponent has like a good idea of your ledge options.
Yeah. Yeah, again, that's just a player matchup thing at that point. We get the up B into the back air, it looks like.
biggest struggle for Yoda Cage is that each time Yoda Cage is off stage, he has like a good chance of dying. But this is one of the first times that he found a consistent kill at the edge of the stage against Zomba. The biggest thing is Zomba keeps getting back from this advantage.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Yoda Cage, again, it's been a matter of can he find these early percent combos consistently, and so far he hasn't been able to.
Trading in really nasty places, no double jump. Zomba has the good idea of trying to stuff him out, but Yoda Cage does maneuver around him beautifully. I like that little bit of a wait, and was still able to find a light punish. Oh my goodness.
Beautiful play there. We're at completely even percent. Yoda Cage looking to take this to a game 4 and maybe beyond.
He's going to land with nail.
Needs to get past this boss right now that is Zomba. Just throwing out these, just honestly throwing out hitboxes and waiting for Yoda Cage to run into them.
The biggest thing is that Zomba, when he is like, getting like a little bit of a comeback made against him, he starts to get a little bit locked into some preemptive neutralers. If Yoda Cage can just keep his composure, get his parries on point, get those jump callouts, those air-to-airs, he can and will take this game. But Zomba just needs to slow it down.
He is not going to do that, hitting with the back air, and it's going to fight there. Gyro at the ledge, a hell of a thing to deal with.
There it is.
And a untackable scenario there for Zomba. Gonna bring us to a game 4 as Yoda Cage from 3 stock game 1 to this nice adaptation you see coming out, but can they make the reverse 3-0?
Yeah. This happens pretty often where Zomba has a lead. He has momentum, he has everything going really, really well for him. Then an opponent starts making adaptations, they start going up against him. And Zomba's like typical response, out of disadvantage, when he is going for a really high recovery, he always neutralizes with similar timings, with similar spacings. He starts getting a little bit too predictable and linear. We saw Yoda Cage play grounded in shield, and we saw air-to-air callouts catching the startup of neutraler. If you're getting those neutralers called out, you need to have the recognition of like, hey, I need to start being a little bit more creative with my landing options, so I'm not getting smacked through this. No matter how good a move is, you will get punished for it if you use it over and over.
Yeah, and getting the parry there, actually. We'll see what Zomba's adaptation is here, and we'll see if Yoda Cage can keep it going or if it was just a one-game fluke, but Yoda Cage is going to be looking to bring it all the way here.
Oh, I'm really surprised that that back heel didn't actually hit. Granted, there is only like one frame of vulnerability on neutral getup, but still, like that is such an active hitbox. He has the right idea, but Yoda Cage using his fast 2 button just to be able to land.
And I think the main thing I'm seeing from Yoda Cage is there's more comfort when it comes to this off-stage play, which is where Zomba was absolutely destroying Yoda Cage in the early games. So having that comfort off-stage is so crucial against R.O.B, but goes through a confirm, but wasn't quite tight enough, so gonna get hit with that.
A little bit too loose, and Zomba matches out of disadvantage, finds the stock nonetheless, only at 77%. That is such a big foiler, gets the jump call out, but finally fighting his way back on, only taking 29. That could have been a lot worse.
Now we'll see what they can find here. Getting the down throw in this off-stage situation here. Zomba's going to go high. Can Yoda Cage do anything about it? Going to get the grab.
Gets a grab, scouts out that landing beautifully. Zomba once again going to be going high, recognizing that Bowser Jr. is one of his best suits, is typically going to be at the ledge. So why not try to make him catch a landing instead?
Yeah, going to do everything he can there. Going to get hit with the gyro, and it feels like Zomba has a read again.
When somebody just goes for a lot of falling aerials, then you constantly expect them to hit your shield. The scariest thing a person can do is just whiff it, because your timing is now done. A person is so tunnel visioned into the idea, oh, you're going to hit their shield, you're going to fall into them. But what a jump call out. Zomba at 156% still takes that stock.
And Yoda Cage does not seem quite what to do. Honestly, a little bit of frustration it looks like coming out of Yoda Cage. Just keeps trying to fish through this landing. Gonna get the F throw, not gonna take it quite yet, but a solid jab pretty much anywhere on stage will. And there it is. Commentator's blessing or curse, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, you got the blessing. No.
We're in a 2-to-1 situation here.
Blessing on our end, not a blessing on Zomba's end, but very much a blessing for Yoda Cage. That jab is going to be so big, but gets that side B, putting Yoda Cage in such a nasty position. But look how meticulously he is getting back onto the stage, being careful with his side B, mixing up as much as possible.
All right, gonna get the up tilt up there. Not gonna take it quite yet, but in an awful situation. Zomba looking to convert this gyro here at ledge.
That air dodge was so big because it would have been able to knock, more than completely helpless off stage, I believe.
But is it too little, too late at this point? We're seeing this coming out, but needs to get past Zomba at ledge and just getting absolutely kind of just destroyed with these projectiles, just riddled with them.
Yeah, delaying that up B one more time. That time neutral got up right into the gyro. It seems like no matter what Yoda Cage does, Zomba has an answer at the ledge.
And it mostly seems like a matter of time here for Yoda Cage, and as I say that, gonna lose the stock and gonna lose that set 3-1. But definitely an amazing showing coming out from Zomba.
I feel like the biggest thing